inside the lodge. Set free.
Continue.
Pretend. Expected. Remain. Hide. Spades. Join. What do Sapt and Rassendyll find inside their lodge? Johann's mother was set free, the king was kidnapped, and Joseph was killed. What does Sapt want Rassendyll to do? He wants him to continue to pretend to be the king. How long did Rassendyll expect to pretend to be the king? He expected to pretend to be the king for 1 day, until midnight. What does Sapt plan to do if the real king is dead? He plans that Rassendyll will remain as the king. Why do Michael's men have spades? What does it mean that they were going to hide their evil work? They had spades because they were going to bury Joseph's body, so no one will know about his murder. What does Rassendyll mean that some of those evil men should join Joseph? Rassendyll means that some of them should be killed. They should join Joseph in death. Servant. Real. Replacing. Soldiers. Anything. Special. Why does Sapt say to the servant at the secret door, all young men like to ride their horses now and then, so why not the king? He wants the servant to think that the king is just out riding for fun. He doesn't want him to know anything about where they were. Why does Rassendyll use a new servant who has never met the real king? Who is the servant replacing? Why? The new servant would be less likely to realize that Rassendyll is not the real king. The servant is replacing Joseph, who was killed by Michael's men. Who are the 6 men? Where are they from? Why are only 3 in Strelsau? They are 6 special soldiers that Duke Michael keeps in his house all the time. 3 are from Ruritania. 1 is French, 1 is Belgian, 1 is English. Sapt and Fritz assume that, if only 3 are in Strelsau, the other 3 must be guarding the king. Admit. Kidnapped. Decides. Hint. Explain. Court. Lured. Popular. Thought. Why couldn't the Duke say anything about Rassendyll, even though he knew Rassendyll was not the king? He couldn't have to admit that he had kidnapped the real king and killed his special servant, Joseph. How did Sapt explain Rassendyll's lured finger to Frevler? Sapt told Freylar that Rassendyll had caught his finger in a door. Why was Rassendyll keen on getting the people of Ruritania to like him more than they liked the Duke? He thought that, if there was a fight between him and the Duke, the people would support him. Rassendyll decides to keep some of his plans secret from Sapt and Fritz. What are those plans? He plans to make himself as popular as he can, and to not say anything bad about Michael. This way, if there were a fight, some of the people would support